It's time for local stories from across the East. Local food. Local fashion. Local businesses. This is your home for local. This is the East's Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to part 2 of the special edition of East Daily Download. I'm joined by this awesome team of hard workers, and we're just going to get right to it. So, national holidays. I always wondered about those because it could be like National Oreo Day, National Pick Your Booger Day, and how do you guys come up with all this
Good
stuff?
thing we haven't had that one.
There's usually multiple holidays for each day, so we get to pick the one that fits the best.
And there's a website like National Holiday Calendar or something like that.
So the national holidays were a way to kind of evolve and to make things more, you know, we have National Ninja Day, like we mentioned before. We had Clean Out the Fridge Day. But it just became a way for us to, you know, tell a story throughout the show. So it wouldn't just be, hello and welcome to the East Daily Download, da-da-da-da-da. It would be, what's going to happen today? What can we give the audience that's going to make them want to come back tomorrow?
Which one was your favorite that you guys participated in?
A lot of them are very creative.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a set favorite. Do you?
I have Back to the Future Day is one of my favorites because I brought a guitar. Yeah, because
Not my favorite day. A fun day, but
the whole concept is, you know, it's from the movie Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I brought my guitar in and I was doing the whole thing about today in the show I'm going to play Back in Time from Huey Lewis and the News. And she had on the white doc.
this white wig over here, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I have like my hair all tucked in like white wig.
And she's like, Marty, you know, you can't play the, and I had the vest on like Marty and I had the plaid shirt on. And it was just so
Quite the
ridiculous.
day. It was very ridiculous.
I mean, conversely, one of the Monopoly Day was good. We were all playing Monopoly.
That was a good day. That was a good day.
But oddly, one of the days that I didn't like in the retrospect was Absurdity Day because I have this like...
Went a little too absurd with it. It ended up being a bit much.
It was too much. Even for me, I'm like, that was too much, where I have this, I'm talking in this weird accent and I have this like horns on and a monocle and it just got, it got bizarre.
That sounds crazy, Mark.
I mean, it was like fever dream sort of thing.
You have to know your limit. To know
Yes, and that's it. That was the line.
That was one day that me and Anissa didn't get to have that like look that we were talking about yesterday. Like that little like look, like, hey, we got to talk him down off this ledge. Like we didn't get to.
And not everybody is involved in every episode because of different people being out shooting other pieces. So sometimes it's just me and John always says, go farther with this.
Yeah. And what would you say, like looking through the entire process of just the evolution with East Daily Download, what would you say is almost like the formula for you guys to be successful? For sure, creativity, because you guys come up with some amazing ideas, but
Definitely. I think it really all starts with us deciding, like, so we have some business profiles that are, you know, businesses that are in the community that want to pay to be a part of the show, which is really awesome. We love that. Hey, anybody out there, contact Joel Bullard in sales to be on the East
There's a
Daily
plug.
Download. And outside of that, we try to focus on organizations in the community, like the food bank. We did a week with the food bank, and we've done stuff with the Salvation Army and different organizations. So I feel like that's really where our week starts, is kind of determining what the business profile is going to be and what the national holiday is, and we kind of build around.
And one thing doesn't necessarily predict the other because the studio stuff is more entertainment, like late night show or Talk Soup or something like that. But we always, like Veterans Day, for a perfect example, played perfectly straight. We didn't mess around with that.
Well,
it was like,
that was a fun day for me too, though, because Veterans Day is also my birthday. So we did get to have a little bit, like we
But
had
at the
like a
very
little
end.
at the very end. We had like a little cake, and that's when I got to like announce that I was pregnant, and that was special. That was a special episode for me, getting to kind of.
until the very end.
It was, yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was
So you would say, so being creative, having an awesome community with local businesses, and the biggest thing is I see teamwork. You guys each bring something different to the team. And speaking of team, we're actually going to be meeting another member of the, I'm just full of surprises. Another member of this team is going to be joining us when we come back, so keep it locked right here on East Daily Download.
If your business would like to be featured in our new show, The East Daily Download, contact Joe Bullard at 252-355-8520 or jbullard@WNCT.com today and watch The East Daily Download weekdays at 7 on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Welcome back, everyone, to this special edition of East Daily Download. We have added another amazing member of this team, Bryce. Give it up for Bryce. Yes, yes, yes. Bryce, you have been so important to this team. What is your role?
I'm an editor for the show, but I'm also a East Daily Download player.
Oh, player. You said that very, I felt some like, yeah, gangster vibes right there. She's a East Carolina. Okay, anyways, if with your role though, you're an editor, so you've been there since day one and you've seen the show evolve. So just what are your thoughts of just thinking back at the beginning and where you are today?
I mean, it's just been really awesome to see how the show has grown and the personality that's really here now and the East Daily Download players. It's just a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And from the beginning, would you say that things have changed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For the better.
For the better. Yeah. That's good. And now you keep mentioning these East Daily Download players. Can y'all elaborate on that?
It's like a theater troupe. So the different people who come in and do the different, we have Ryan in engineering, Ashley, Bryce, John, I mean, Anissa, Lauren, myself, everybody's part of the East Daily Download players.
Gotcha.
It's essentially a little theater troupe to put on all the sketch performances that we do in the show.
Crazy stuff we've been talking about.
He's coined the term.
If a lot of different people are involved, he'll say, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this has been a performance from the East Daily Download players. So now everybody knows what that means.
Awesome.
Now we got that out there, yeah.
Now, Bryce, you're usually behind the scenes. So how does it feel like finally getting a chance to kind of show your face?
Oh my gosh. Nerve-wracking from time to time, but it's a lot of fun. I get to be crazy with all these awesome people. So it's good fun.
When we did the National Name Your Car Day, which I'm like, to the point, it's like there's all these different days. And so we needed somebody who would be the person in the parking lot who would have a car named, and she was available. And so it's like, she got recruited into it, and she like so inhibited this character of like, it's my car, it's Chet. Yeah. And it's like, I'm like, when I was talking to her, I'm like, she's really going method here. I mean, she is not.
She does. She gets into it.
Is not here anymore.
She really
I don't know
does.
where it comes from. It's just kind of.
And she's so chill. Like, she's so laid back right now.
She
She's
is.
like, yeah, you know, I do it.
Yeah.
But then when she's in character,
Oh my
she's
gosh.
zoned in.
She is like completely.
I love it.
She is all in when she does it.
The show we did where all of us had the artwork that we were like painting and everything. You know, I'm over here like and I look over at Bryce and she's like
I'm just building up my reel.
Well, and I had so much trouble not laughing and concentrating because she's like, if you go back and watch it, I'm sure we're gonna probably show a clip of it.
Yeah.
She's like doing this and like flicking the paintbrush all around, and I'm like seeing this out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, I'm trying to focus on what I'm saying, but she was like so into it that it's like, oh my
To
god.
the point where someone had asked if they were really painting up there. Yeah, people were like, did y'all do that in the show? Yeah. Which we did.
and the flossing episode, the episode where you were flossing, that was
It was a struggle, but it was fun
Yeah.
to floss.
Oh, see, that's a straight. I get every time I try, I lose myself by that third hit. I'm like,
Yeah, we got video of you on WNCT doing that in promos.
yeah, that's true.
Moorhead.
Yeah, that's true with the kids. They taught me. The kids taught me how to floss. As far as flossing my mouth, I do that often. Yeah, that's good. Now, when it comes to, you guys speak on all these amazing moments that have happened with East Daily Download, but what would you say are some of your favorite moments that just really stood out to you when you look back? That really stood out. You're like, man, I'm never gonna forget that.
I mean, no, I really think that anytime that we all get to be, because there's a lot of times that certain people are gone or busy or editing a show or doing different things when we're in here in the studio doing the hosted portions. And I think a lot of my favorite days are the days where we all get to be in here together and we're all a part of different, you know, hosted pieces, and we all get to kind of have fun with it and get a little kooky, a little crazy. I think those are some of my favorite moments for sure.
I don't know. I really like the episodes where Mark brings food.
Oh yeah, those are good too. The food episodes are really good. Yeah, it's true.
Wow, you never tell me when you bring food. You should let me know.
We'll bring you here. Hey, you did. Yeah, you were. Well, you were here for Drake's birthday. There was a birthday cake.
I'm lactose intolerant, but you know, speaking of lactose intolerant, we have John coming up next. Make sure you guys stay with East Daily Download because this isn't ending. It's coming up. Stay with us. Good morning, amazing people. Welcome back to the special edition of East Daily Download. And it's, I don't know if you guys remember or know that it's your 100th episode. Can we get a round of applause right there? Insane. And I can't believe you guys are already on 100 episodes. Yeah. We ended the last little piece on was one of my great friends. I love this guy dearly because we went through a hurricane together, made him chicken salad. But John's joining us. Give it up for John.
It was delicious.
Listen, John, you have been a vital part to this team, and just talk about how you got plugged in with East Daily Download.
I was hired as the creative services manager, and I was just pretty much in charge of all commercial production, equipment, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You guys had this show that was about to kick off, and you had like 3 people working on it.
Right, yeah.
And so I was just kind of sitting back from the sidelines like, all right, it's going to happen. They're going to call.
I'm going to be drafted. Yeah, that's cool though.
Yeah, like it just started off as this really small role. I was just helping, run camera and everything, and then the show has just exploded since then. It's turned into this completely different thing.
You guys have been, just been together since the beginning, and as far as you, John, when you look back at this entire experience, what's something that really has stood out to you, like a moment or one of the episodes perhaps?
I don't know, I think it's just when we started to really go off script, and it wasn't as formal as we first started, because to start off it was like shooting bits all around the station, the control rooms.
Yeah.
We had this area here, we had to redecorate it to where it got to its current iteration, and by the time everyone comes back, it's going to be different again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really just been watching it evolve into just this. It really was the national holiday stuff. That's what kicked it off. When all of a sudden it's like, all right, we have something we can build this around now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And since you guys have evolved since the beginning, and each of you bring something different. So when you think of, man, how can we make this show better? What comes to mind? And your own departments with editing, with behind the scenes.
Anissa probably had the best suggestion, just getting out on the road.
Yeah.
Just all of the shows that we do outside of the studio just brings so much more life into all of this.
Yeah.
It's true.
And you can really feel the personality come through with them.
Yeah, getting out in the community would help.
The first one that we did was the wood ducks. And we went out there and we really didn't know what to expect from it. We were really excited to do it because we were going to throw out the first pitch and do all these stories. She did a Fashion Friday there. We sat down in the first conversations with and talked to Alexa Kay, the marketing director. Did a Down Eats there. Did all these different pieces, and we're trying to figure out how we can get tons of stuff in one day because we have to make the drive and drive back. And there was a different energy and a different feeling. So then the 3 of us went over to and shot Halloween shows. We were only supposed to do 2, but we were having such a good time, we tacked on a 3rd one. And I looked absurd in that, but that's that aside.
That was the point.
That's
That's
the
that's the whole point.
It certainly all the times that we go out, it gives us this different vibe and this different feel. So I think in the new year, you're probably going to see a lot more of that.
Okay, out on the road, getting, you know, that chance.
I mean, we still need to go to Jacksonville and Washington and New Bern.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to Jacksonville next week.
Because Eastern North Carolina is so big,
Yeah.
but I'm sure, and there's so many businesses, so many different things that you can highlight from all avenues. Sports, like you just said with the Wood Ducks, food, fashion. So you guys have definitely been playing a big part. Now, what would you say was probably the most game-changing? When was the moment where you guys said, like, okay, this show is gonna need a different level of creativeness, or something that kind of just like hit you where you...
I mean, I think really, as Mark was talking about earlier, you know, it was so stiff in the beginning with him sitting and us trying to be something that we really weren't. And we all, I think Anissa is our main like idea pitcher, but like once all of us kind of sat down and started talking about things, and we got to, like John was saying, the national holidays, and you know, it just kind of all evolved over time. But we got to this place where we were like, oh wow, okay, yeah, we're so different than we were, and this is, we're really starting to get our feet
I gotta say, props
under
off
us.
to you. That I think it was a stellar showcase. Like that really shows like we can do stuff like this. We can take this to a whole different level. Like the amount of work that y'all put into that and the product that came out of it was.
Give it up for Anissa.
Yeah, finding stuff like that is just fun. Figuring out where we could get media passes. Maybe go to some concerts. Dreamville's coming up soon.
Something like a little
Yeah.
empowering about wearing a media pass.
You know, I'm just going anywhere.
I mean, you went to a fashion show, and oh no, wait, you were down there with me. We went to a marlin fishing tournament.
See, that's awesome.
The first week we were here.
I love it. Well, listen, it's the 100th episode on this special edition of East Daily Download. We still got more to come, so stay with us. Keep it locked right here on East Daily Download, guys. Welcome back, everyone, to the special edition of East Daily Download. I'm joined by this amazing team that makes it all happen. You guys make the magic happen. So, what is something that you're hoping North Carolinians really just get out of your show?
Hope they see that we, you know, care about the community, that we want to get out there, tell stories, and represent it well.
Like, we want people to be like, huh, okay, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Because today, this was crazy, you know, or this was fun, like, what's coming up next? So we kind of try to keep them on their toes.
This is almost like a breath of fresh air to be able to just be myself and have fun and kind of like get to, like you said, get to know the community with their amazing questions. What would you say would be probably one of the most hysterical moments that you guys have experienced working together?
It was guacamole day. And yeah, so we had some guacamole and chips for Mark, and I think that was one of the first times that we just kind of let it be. He, you know, he's eating and he just drops this big thing of guacamole on his pants, and I can't help myself. I'm off, like behind the camera, supposed to be, you know, being quiet, and I just burst out laughing.
And she
at
says,
him.
keep that in the show. We're going to keep that in the show.
And it was one of the, I think that was like one of the first times we decided, like, okay, well, this happened off camera, but let's just be real and let this kind
I'll
of.
say, additionally to that bit where, and please tell me you can find this video somewhere, we'll put this together, Lauren's face popping up.
That's what I was going to say. That was the first time that started happening. And you got it in slow motion. You made it black and white. It was hilarious.
For me, the Boss's Day episode, because Lauren didn't tell me anything about. Normally, I'm like, you know, being control freak and on the ground floor directing everything, and I knew nothing. So everything was a genuine reaction that I didn't know what was going to happen. So I actually laughed, and I'm a terrible like face faker. If it's not genuine, you see it on my face. So I'm like, oh boy, if I don't like this, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna?
Yeah, like all that we said, it was like, this is only one take.
It was.
And I'm worried
we gotta
about
get the real reaction.
And I'm worried that I'm gonna be like, this is stupid. I hate this. The wackiest, most interesting part would be like, what are the socks? And now that's such a non-factor in it that occasionally it'll pop up, but there's so many other things that Bryce and Anissa and John and Lauren and Ashley and Naomi, who's running the camera right now, bring to it. And you know, when you do cameos or whoever does a cameo, it's always that weird sense of, you know, what's gonna happen.
Well, and just so I can get this out there too, mentioning Naomi, who is behind the camera. She is also an East Daily Download player. Sometimes she'll be in front of the camera.
She likes to be in front of the camera.
She likes to be behind the camera, but she does edit an episode for us, and Ashley helps with all of our graphics, all of our logos, and does the Let's Draw with Ashley. And so they're not here at the round table, but I want to include them in the conversation. It really,
And Ryan from engineering plays a big role. Anytime you
He
see an
does.
alien walking by, Ryan is underneath it. It's like there's always these weird things. So I mean, everybody plays this key role in making this show work. You know, from reporters contributing stories like Katie and Kelsey, and I don't want to leave anybody else out, but you doing the Q&A.
It's a village.
It really is. The Let's Craft, Fashion Friday, live at World of the Gig stage, Bryce dancing in the background, John doing this. And I just feel, I thought at the beginning that I was going to be the comic relief, but I realized watching it that I'm actually the straight man. You know, I think John and I were talking, he's like, what do we do after the national holidays, and we hit that mark where we've done them all. I'm like, well, there'll be more, but
we'll evolve again.
We'll evolve into something else, and we evolve with the audience, and the audience evolves with us, and
Absolutely, and you're on your 100th episode, and you're going into this year strong, 2020. Is there any final comments or things that you just want to say about the show?
Definitely thanks everyone for watching, staying with us
for sure.
It'll be a lot of new things that we can contribute. What are we gonna say?
Oh, that's what I mean. Thank you for watching, and keep watching. We got we got more coming.
You can watch WNCT.com under the download tab, as well as the WNCT mobile app.
If you'd like to be featured on East Daily Download, contact Joel Bullard.
Seriously though, but it's been amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me and just give me the inside scoop behind all of that. But thanks so much for you guys watching this special edition of East Daily Download. Again, remember, anything related to East Daily Download, whether it's questions for Q&A with AQ, or maybe you guys just want to be a part of the show or have any questions in general, please email download@WNCT.com. I'm Angie Casado with this amazing team on East Daily Download.